Alright, hi everybody. Spawnkai922. Yes, the background's gone. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea. I'm not well adversed at editing software. I mean, if I wanted to, I could get After Effects, but I'm probably horrible at using it. So, if I were to do anything like that again, I suppose I would do it with Movie Booth again, but I just feel like it's doesn't work out. Maybe in the comment section of this review of Crime Edge, people can just suggest to me software that allows me to do that without problems. Like a green room software, then I'll probably do it again. But I just like, I think it's better if I just do the natural, thing. Thing of it, So just natural all around. I might do it for the Bleach reviews, but not for anything else. So, yeah, that's the story there. Okay, let's get into this. Crime Edge. Wow, this episode. The Waltz Under the Stars. Waltz Under the Stars. I believe that's the actual title. So let me go check that. Yes, Waltz Under the Stars. This one was fantastic. It gets a 4 out of 5. I would give it a 5 out of 5, but it's not quite there yet. Not there. Not quite there. But definitely a 4 out of 5. And a twist. I was like, there was a twist. Yeah, a big twist in this episode because as I was watching it, I was thinking, the one who was the author was Romeo, the guy who is the president of the student council. But it wasn't. It was somebody else, and I was surprised. So let's get into the summary. Beginning part, we have Kiri. He is bogged out of his mind. He doesn't know what's going on. And he is trying to get his bearings, but he can't. And he's trying to think what happened. And all he remembers is this person hitting him with some object, which is the whip thing. And that's all he remembers. And then we see Iwa. She's running around, running away from these guys, these boys who are attacking her, and she's hiding. And then Kiri shows up to her. Also during the episode, we see one of the sisters, the Bernalzaki sisters, the one with the silver hair, crazy one with the needle. She's taking out the other students. The other high school students have been mind warped. But she's not killing them. She's not killing them. She's just incapacitating them. And back to Kiri, we have Kiri, and he's on top of her and like trying to kill her, but he doesn't. He stops. And out of the blue, he gets whipped by somebody. Boom! Here he goes, thrown out the window. And that's when, Kiri examines him and so on and so forth. And that's when we get the reveal. We see the president, but he has no whip. And I'm like, huh? I was surprised. I was like, no, wait, aren't you the author? No, it was the vice president. And I was like, but she comes in and everything, the vice president. She's the actual author of, called the Pig something whip, I believe. That was the whole bit. She basically, dominating, like S&M. This kind of thing, which is kind of silly. I mean, the only way she could kill Iwa is if she commanded her servants, her guys there who have been submissive to her, to go and attack her. That's it. Because you're not killing her with a whip. That's ridiculous. But anyway, I was surprised. I was like, damn, it's her. But I should have saw this coming because remember last week, there was a lot of attention towards the vice president, her. Her name eludes me at the moment. There was a lot of tension towards her. And she pushed Iwa off the boat, so I figured, okay. But I didn't know for certain. So that was the whole bit on that. So what ends on happening? And my man Seiji, the guy with the book, oh, he was in this episode too. What he did was kind of, I had no beefs about it though. I love this guy. I love him. He's awesome. Ah, oh, damn, Seiji, that guy. He's got those razor sharp teeth. He's got the book. I'm like, fucking Death Note. He shows up later on, but in this part we have basically what happens is he's knocked out, Kiri, and then what happens is she explains, and listen, the vice president, no, that is not a reason. I'm sorry. That is basically there's a word for what she was saying. It's called jealousy. Yeah, jealousy. She in other words, she wants to be on top of everyone else. That's not a reason to kill her. I mean, I was looking for revenge or and something like that, but she wants to kill Iwa to be popular? To be dominating over everyone else? Like, alright, fine. It was a stupid reason, though. Anyway, what she ends up doing is, she doesn't get the other people there to, attack her. What she does instead, and we also get an explanation with Romeo, the president, that he's been whipped constantly by her, with her killing good. And what she does is she commands Kiri to cut her hair. And, out of the blue, freaking Eva's like, I hate you! And she calls him a dummy and an idiot, and she says, I hate you. And that's when he grabs the vice president's hair and rips it. I was like, yeah! I was slightly pumped up for that part. Because the vice president were being total douchebags. Vice president's a fucking slut. And a bitch. But it's understandable when you hear later on in the episode of what she went through. Kind of, you sort of feel for her as a character. Sort of. So, he pulls out the hair and he's ready to go, and then she commands everyone else, all her, to go after him, and he just wastes. Now, the thing about this anime, which I'm now noticing, because this is like what? Episode 6, and I'm noticing it now fully. When he uses his crime edge, Kiri, they put like a blue or green or some kind of light transparent color over the scene. And that's because of the blood scene, which is not that big of a deal, not cutting deep. I mean, it was more graphic in the beginning of the series when he was fighting one of the sisters, but here it wasn't that big deal, and even more so when he was fighting that guy with the hammer. But he takes them out, and he then goes after her, but then Romeo attacks him. Romeo, and he's like, he's saying to him that he's more stronger than the other ones. Don't compare me to those puppets, because he's been whipped constantly by her, and so to speak. And what ends on happening is she doesn't do anything to Iwa, nothing at all, because Kiri's able to get out of it. He cuts right here to Romeo, and I was like, damn, yes, he cut him up. He was done. And then she realized she's lost. Vice President. She realized she lost at that moment. And she was definitely the loser. And that's when Seiji showed up. I was like, this motherfucker. I want to buy him a drink. I want to buy him a drink and hang out with this guy. It's like Light Yagami times 50 million. That's the way I feel. But he was going after Kiri, which I was surprised. And his reasoning was actually sound. It wasn't total nonsensical. He said he went after him instead of her because he said that he with this crime that he's enjoying killing people. Kiri. And he's gotten by the rope and everything, you know. I don't know if he would have died. I'm not sure if he would have died from that, but he could have. But before that went down, Seiji got interrupted by one of the sisters, and I forgot to mention this, the policewoman. The policewoman came in and told him to stop what he was doing and say that we know your location and everything. It's like, what policewoman? I'm like, give me a break, man. So, and what ended up happening was he lost concentration and, Kiri came out of it. And Seiji, but here's the thing about Seiji, which I find very interesting. Unlike the other good authors, he is not going after Queen. He's going after Kiri. Only because he's got to kill him good. So, and I like this guy Seiji. He's like a combination of two characters to me. He looks like Soul from Soul Eater because of his teeth. They're like razor sharp. I'm like, love that character design. And he's got a book. And I'm thinking like, man, this is Death Note. This is fucking Death Note. It's like, but he's weird. He obviously goes after killers. So, to judge them. It's like the Death Note. The only difference is it's not like the Death Note where you write someone's name in it. He just starts speaking the lines from his book, and a noose goes around their neck, and he starts hanging them. And he got stopped by the policewoman and he called the vice president a loser. Says, no, you're a loser. Get the fuck out. I was like, but then you heard the backstory. Yeah, you heard a backstory from vice president and saying that, when she was younger, she was supposed to be in a play, and then she was getting, the people, the girl who was the president and on student council in her last school was against her and all this other stuff, and she just wanted someone to always love her, and she does. She has Romeo, and then he's like saying, it's kind of a weird thing here. He says, "Oh, you don't have split ends. I've always loved your red hair, beautiful red hair." Then after that scene, nothing really happens in the episode. All that happens is the thing with the stargazing. They go into the stargazing when everyone's left, and they're walking. And she's like, I like Iwa. I really do. I like her. She's very, what's the term? Moe? Cute? Kind of personality. And that's pretty much what happened in this episode. So overall, I give this a 4 out of 5. Great scene with Kiri going against these guys and the vice president and the president. And Seiji. Oh man, Seiji. Fucking hey. Love this guy. It's like Soul meets... I don't want to say Soul meets Light Yagami. Maybe. But just awesome. Fucking awesome guy. Yeah, and next week we're going to get some good details coming in of the group of authors known as, I think they're called Gossip. Because there's a letter that is given to them. I don't know if it's addressed to the vice president of student council, the one who was in this episode, or Kiri. But there's some dealings going on in the next episode. And I believe the next episode is called, from what I understand, is called, just see. Yeah, Coins of the Scale. So there are things going on. We're getting deep into this shit. It's getting deep. I already was told by Hockey. He loves it. He says this is a great show. And it is a great show. I love this shit. So yeah, great episode, 4 to 5. Gotta give it up for my man Seiji. Gotta give it up to this guy. I love him. He's going after Kiri, but I like him. I like him as a character. I like him. I don't know what it is about him. Just like him. So, thumbs up for that. Tell me what you guys think of this episode. Comments below, you know the story. Rate, comment, subscribe. This has been Bonkai Night 22. Oh, by the way, tonight there's going to be a live stream. Times of Darkness. Yeah. We'll see how it goes about. We'll see. This is Bonkai Night 22. I will catch you guys later. Seiji for the motherfucking win.